This is the Chat City interviews from 103.2 Preston FM with your host, Huey Parr.
And that's where you are, Preston FM, of course, 103.2. And in the studio with me at the moment, it's lovely to welcome back into the studio Dean Fraser. Dean is a professional quantum folk poet and writer. So, Dean, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Huey. Lovely to be back again.
And lovely to have you back here with us in Chat City. And how's it going at the moment? Lots of things coming up, and I know one of them we often mention here, a beautiful place to go, is Brockholes.
Yes.
And I think this is the time of year when we do seem to have a few bank holidays together, and then everything disappears till Christmas. Yes. We just had Easter, and I think it's May holiday coming up. I think, what is it that's taking place there?
Over the first May bank holiday, the one on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of May, is the Scarecrow Festival at Brockholes Nature Reserve.
Right.
Which we're running in conjunction with Brockholes, and there really is something for all of the family taking place on every single day. To just run through some of the events that are taking place.
Please do.
On the Saturday, there's the Scarecrow Trail.
Wow.
Where people can go and find all these scarecrows, which are dotted about the landscape at Brockholes. There's activities for the children in the activity centre. We've got rhyme and reasoning, which is storytelling for all the family. And some of it might rhyme a little bit because I'm involved and I'm a poet after all.
Yeah, so hopefully.
And then in the afternoon, there's a music concert. Some fantastic local musicians coming along to play, and again, it's very family friendly. So that's Saturday. And then on the Sunday, again, many activities for all the family. Some of them there's a nominal charge, but a lot of them are free.
Right.
And we've got Dominic Berry, nationally known children's storyteller and poet, and he's coming down to do his special show, The Dragon Who Hates Poetry. The
Dragon Who Hates Poetry.
Yes. He ran this up at the Edinburgh Fringe last year and absolutely sold out, and appeared on Channel 4 and BBC as a result of it. And we're very fortunate to have secured him for the Sunday.
Right.
Book early, tickets will sell fast.
Right.
And very, very family-friendly show. He's brilliant. I've seen him. He's absolutely brilliant, so please come along and see him. And then on the Monday, moving swiftly on, again, plenty of activities for all the family going on. We've got a magician who'll be performing in the morning, Magic Chris, and street magic.
Right, street magic, yeah.
The gentleman that you see on the television, very popular at the moment. I've seen him many times and I have no idea how he does it.
Is that right? Is he really very good?
He's extremely good, yeah. I've even seen him setting up and I still have no idea how he does it. And then in the afternoon on the Monday we have another music concert. Again, local musicians coming down, people who love Brockholes, and are thrilled to be performing there. So we'll do an hour-long concert in the afternoon, and there'll also be, during the breaks, there'll be busking going on, there'll be street poetry going on.
Oh.
So really something for everybody. All we hope for now is good weather.
Good weather. And, I mean, Brockholes just lends itself, doesn't it?
It's a wonderful place.
And if people haven't been, I mean, apart from the ecology, conservation, whatever, it is just a beautiful place to be.
It is. You can go and spend a day there, and it's such a relaxing, chilled place to be, but there's also things to do as well.
So is this the first time this has been put on down there, then?
At this level, we did August Bank Holiday last year as a one-day event, which went extremely well. I think we had something like 1,500 people come through on the day. Radio Lancashire were down there for the day as well, which probably helped a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, this is something we talked to Brockholes about last year, with the possibility of putting something on for the May Bank Holiday. Unfortunately, it all came together beautifully. And so now just sit back and let everybody enjoy it.
And for people, you know, there's lots of car parking down there, so that's
Absolutely.
not a problem. And just a beautiful place to be. It just does, when you think about it, it conjures up the kind of environment and the things that are going to be happening all weekend. Scarecrows, eh? So
yes, I know.
Why the title? I mean, that conjures up. I mean, you don't see scarecrows very often anymore, do you?
This is something Brockholes ran last year, but if you like, without all the other things attached to it. So it was just a scarecrow festival. So the dot scarecrows all around the landscape.
Yes.
And then families have to go and find them. So that will still be happening as well, but this time the scarecrow may have a musician stood next to it playing.
Right.
Or a poet.
Right. And what again is nice about this, and I know you and I have touched on this a few times when we've met, is that sadly when I was at school, I never had a teacher that brought poetry alive. Poetry was just never within my curriculum at school, and that was sadly because I think there was no teacher who did it. The nearest I got, if you could call it anything in that direction, was a teacher who did absolutely brilliant Just Williams stories for us, Rachel Crompton, but never got to poetry. This is a lovely way of introducing young people with their families to poetry, isn't it?
It is, and that's one of the main reasons why I do events like this, and why I get out there into the community performing, to show people that this isn't something, you don't have to study Byron or Shelley or any of those guys, although respect them, obviously.
Yes, of course.
But it is very accessible to everybody. For example, I'm performing at Chorley Library tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. It's very family friendly. Bring a sense of humour along, you'll enjoy yourself. And
that's the other thing, you see, that when I was at school, I didn't realise the breadth of poetry other than the established poets, the Wordsworths, etc., the Byrons, whatever. So I didn't understand, and it was never made aware to us when I was at school, that poetry could be fun.
Of course it can be. Lots of people have this kind of snobby attitude to someone like Pam Ayres. She's popularised poetry. Yes. She's brilliant.
Yes.
Listen to one of her CDs or read one of her books. They make you laugh.
Yes, I've played
wonderful.
A few times Pam Ayres on the show. In fact, probably might try and do that next week again. That's right, she does. And that is poetry, isn't it?
It also makes you think a little bit as well. This is what us poets want to do.
And of course, you since we last met, in fact, I think it was the day before or 2 days before, it was then Penwitham Live, and you were at the library with, there were quite a few other poets, I think.
Yes, I was in the lineup with Irene Flagg, wonderful poet from over near Chorley Way, and the Bowland Bard himself, William Michael Neary.
Yes.
It went down very well. Unfortunately, there were terrible road hold-ups
on that particular
day.
That's right, because
so,
yes.
You were up there, you would know about it.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, not everybody who wanted to come actually got in there, but we did perform again the night after. And I think some of the people who couldn't make it the night before came along and saw us a second time. So at least it gave people another chance to see us.
So, again, tomorrow you're at... Was it Chorley Library?
Chorley Library is part of Chorley Literary Festival.
Is that taking place all weekend, the Literary Festival?
As far as I'm aware, it's just a Saturday.
Just Saturday?
Yeah. I think there's 60 different people taking part in it. And Nigel Stewart asked me to come along, and happy to do so. Right.
Yes, he's certainly a very busy man, Nigel, isn't he?
He does an awful lot to help up-and-coming artists as well.
I know. Penwitham Live we've just mentioned, then is it Longton Live?
Longton Live, Leyland Live.
Leyland Live. And they've become institutions, really, that
pretty
people
much
annually now look forward to. And it's just great, the amount of talent that's around there.
Yes, it is.
So that's tomorrow. And then, again, if we just go back to Brockholes, Brockholes is...
3rd, 4th and 5th of May. Come along, be entertained, have a great day for the family.
That's right. And again, as we were saying, it's a lovely introduction to poetry for children, for young children.
Yes, it is. Dominic Berry, who's performing on the Sunday, some of his work is poetry, but he does it in such a way I don't think people even notice he's actually quoting poetry.
Because of the way he
actually presents it, and he gets children involved. If you go and watch him, expect to laugh a lot and get involved in his show.
Lovely. So there you are, and Brockholes, as we said, the car parking, there's no problems. It'd be lovely if the weather was nice to match that.
That's all we want now.
So then after Brockholes, more events planned, Dean, I suppose.
Indeed,
a very busy summer for you.
Yes, it's filling up very nicely. Got Museum at Night, Museum of Lancashire.
Oh, yes,
on
yes.
the 17th.
Is that the 17th of May?
17th of May, yes. Putting on a music concert against some of the best in local music coming along, doing an hour and a half performance there.
Right. And that again, we 2 years ago, and in fact, I need to contact again the museum myself. We did a musical evening a few years ago for Preston FM, and it was a brilliant night.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful summer's evening, and I need to get in touch with them there again because we were talking about maybe doing another this year.
Okay.
So that one is on May the 17th.
Yes.
Then. So again, and that's Museum of Lancashire.
Museum
isn't
of
it?
Lancashire starts at 7:30 in the evening, so it's an evening concert.
And again, car parking facilities available.
Absolutely, loads of it. Yes,
and lovely being in that building for music, and it just lends itself, doesn't it?
It does. I performed in there a few times, and it's such a nice place to perform.
Yes.
Amongst all that history, yes, wonderful.
Yeah, that's right. So I need to contact Charlotte then down there. And of course, people can find out more by going to your Facebook page.
They can. Dean Fraser, Quantum Folk Poet. It's all there.
And there's contact details how they can get in contact with you, also to make bookings, Dean.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't know if you have a poem you want to end on today. I know I tend to throw this at you without any planning before you. Oh, lovely.
I'll do a short one.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be off for time. This is called Follow Your Dreams, and happily for me mentions Fairport Convention, the folk band in it. One of my favourites. So it's Follow Your Dreams. I like bridges and piers. In the parallel world, I'm a civil engineer. In this world, I'm mostly civil and mostly sincere. I like architecture. In the parallel world, I design Big Ben. In this world, I sketch buildings with my pen. I like trains. In the parallel world, I drive them across the USA. In this world, just no leaves on the track is for all I pray. I like trees. In the parallel world, I've planted a forest. In this world, against a tree, I just like to sit and rest. I like oceans. In a parallel world, whole continents I cross. In this world, how to steer a yacht, I'm completely at a loss. I like folk music. In a parallel world, I'm in Fairport Convention. In this world, poetry is my way of getting attention.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. They are Dean Fraser, so have a look at his Facebook page. See him tomorrow at Chorley Library, and don't miss him down there at Brockholes. Okay, Dean, can I thank you once again? Pleasure to meet you.
Always
thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Thanks for listening to our podcasts. But don't forget, Chat City is live weekdays from 10 till noon on 103.2 Preston FM.